each and every one of them have a clear path to the #1 contendership for the X Division title. Start with Josh Alexander and Blake Christian. Blake Christian, a young wrestler, 23 years old, only 4 years in the sport. And D'Lo, recently we've heard a lot of talk about like message boards, Reddit and 4chan. The wrestling message boards love young Blake Christian early on.
Yeah, he is the talk of the internet. Him getting an opportunity is what the fans are clamoring for. This young man has been around just for a few short weeks, but in that time he's impressed some of the officials, and most importantly, he's impressed you and I.
I'm going to show you how this works, okay?
Ace Austin impressed with himself, and we can talk a lot about Ace Austin, but I do not want to miss a chance to talk about Josh Alexander. Beware the quiet man, 16 years of pro, stands 6'1". He's a lot taller than a lot of the X Division wrestlers, and his namesake means something. It's a symbol of strength in scriptures and texts all around the world.
You know, Josh Alexander is one of those guys that you better not sleep on because, yes, like you said, beware the quiet man. He is the one you need to worry about. He keeps walking straight forward, straight at you like a buzzsaw of professional wrestling.
Nice snapmare, tag made, tag into Trey Miguel, comes in a unique way. Nice tandem offense there. Down onto Ace Austin. Trey early with the cover, smart.
Yeah, very smart of Trey right there. Kept wrist control, and it floats over, goes into Fujiwara, and now into a short arm scissors.
Big strong quads of Ace Austin there. Throws the kick, just as I say that, right into a reverse atomic drop.
There's this new aggression I see with Trey Miguel since his return back to Impact Wrestling.
Yeah, he might have been too aggressive there. He missed the move. Tag now to Chris Bay. Leg sweep, cover. Chris Bay, who will also turn 25 years old at No Surrender. Often says, how come no one's talking about that? It's the drop kick in the mush, suicide on his way in.
Well, Suicide got the blind tag there. I don't think Bay was aware of it. But yeah, Chris Bay is one of the young up-and-comers, and he may say no one's talking about him, but the thing is, for true, everyone's talking about Chris Bay.
Royal head scissors send Chris Bay down onto his shoulder blades, up near the rope, suicide in. Ooh, handed. And a forearm, sure you can, if you will, reverse. Bay switches his weight for the reversal, up and over his suicide, who is quick. Former X Division champion.
The athleticism being displayed, oh, that hurt. The athleticism being displayed right now by all men who've been drinking the bar is just off the chain.
Cover. Far leg. Able to engineer the escape for Chris Bay. A suicide now stalks. And I think now we can all kind of empathize with what it's like to have our nose and mouth covered, trying to do, anything. Now imagine trying to compete.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you. And here, I wore a mask one time, full disclosure, in a wrestling match, and I could not breathe. I don't know how these guys go out there and compete at the top level for 15, 20 minutes like it is nothing. It is amazing what these athletes do.
It's Willie Mack, a 15-year veteran, takes the pro here at Ace Austin. Tell Chris Bay, you are legal. Ace Austin has something interesting with the personality, and we can expand on that as the match goes on, as Chris Bay looks for reprieve, instead runs back into the fight. Even Chris Bay had me fooled there. I thought he would go to make a tag, but instead he tried to inflict damage, D.
Yeah, I thought Bay was going to do his own thing and tag out there, but he went back in for that last little strike to make a more seamless transition over to Daivari. Oh! God.
The heavy hands of Daivari echo the weight of this evening. Good brothers defending the title. Tommy Dreamer and Rich Swann contract signing. It's a big night.
Yeah, Daivari is heavy-handed, and that's like 2 blocks of cement hitting you across the chest and the back.
Nicely done there. Big clothesline. 22 years of pro. Daivari, former X Division champ, rolls Willie over. Cover here. Is it enough? No.
That's a very strong clothesline there by Daivari. It turned Willie Mack inside out. Now Daivari keeps capitalizing on it, just putting those heavy boots right to the upper base of the spine.
Left-footed stomps by the back of the head. Daivari controls his opponent. Tag made to Chris Bay.
God, look at those chops. And Bay comes in just being finessed. You had Daivari who was heavy-handed, and Bay kind of just floats in and lays a thud on you.
Cover here. Not enough. D'Lo, which is a better style, for lack of a more subjective term? That heavy hand or that finesse?
I've always had a combination of both. I've had that heavy hand, but then I finesse at times. So I think whatever you find that is your best for your wheelhouse, that's where you stay.
Big strikes there, the big quadriceps of Ace Austin. Look at Chris Bay. Chris Bay always knowing where the camera is, being a star.
Hey, you know, whenever you get your moment, take it. Own every moment in the ring, and that's what Bay's doing.
Talk about Ace Austin here, that low base, that strength, that definitely makes him a very different caliber wrestler in the X Division.
You know, that core strength and that low quad strength gives him the stability of a heavyweight, but has him in the body of an X Division guy, so that helps him with leaping and jumping. And look at Blake Christian tag himself in right there like, hey, I belong too.
Look at that, the young man wants to eat. Fair enough, I like that. And perhaps that's what, you know, the new wrestling community is falling in love with Blake Christian on.
No, he definitely is like, hey, I belong here. Look at that, he hesitated, drop kick.
1, 2. No. Nice, look at that. Christian didn't wait, he went right to a hold.
Yeah, maintain that control, and that's smart right there. He was losing control of Willie Mack, and he backed right back into his corner so his partners could help him out. Very good thinking by Blake.
Now the pace will change with Daivari. Look at where he takes it, right to the middle of the ring and completely grinds everything to a halt. That is smart, D'Lo Brown?
Beyond smart, that's what you call ring general. Knowing where you are in the ring at all times, keeping Willie as far away from the ropes or his partners as you can.
Now this triple threat revolver concept, to me it's unique, but there's an advantage here. If you're the last guy coming in the last 3, you only have to survive like 2 other opponents. Imagine being the first guy into the whole thing.
Yeah, if you're the first guy in, that's a long road to hoe. And right here, look at Daivari jumping up on the second rope. Shades of Jerry King Law. Never mind.
Willie Mack now rolling through. Daivari flat on his back. The triple threat revolver match, February 13th at No Surrender, where the winner will go on to become the #1 contender for the X Division title. Tad made Blake Christian. Tad made Trey Miguel.
Wow, Trey's like a house of fire rolling here. He has elevated the pace of this match by 100%.
Trey Miguel will lead wrestling into a new generation. He started when he was 14 years old. Take nothing away from Blake Christian, though. Kick up, back heel kick, reverse through, hip disconnector, and still not enough from Trey Miguel.
Look at Trey go. He's throwing together 2, 3, 4. I'm on my 6th or 7th move now he's done.
Oof, take a breath. This move reminds me of guys like Eddie Guerrero and Great Muta, but Trey kind of sits up with it, making it his own. And Chris Bay, speaking of making things his own.
Chris Bay's letting everybody know, hey, I belong in this match too. Don't sleep on me.
Talking about Josh Alexander here, Northern Lights suplex roll through, talking all the time about him being the best wrestler in the locker room. Daivari maybe realizes that, and Daivari and Bay team up now to take Alexander out.
Oh, double suplex?
Nope. Alexander was able to kick his legs and take over the lighter man first, and then still hold on to the heavier guy.
See, that's that amateur wrestling leverage, knowing his hip placement, knowing his angles, able to get that double suplex there.
Great catch! Counter into the ankle lock! Is it enough here? Lays with it!
Oh my goodness! Wow, Blake went on 450 on top of Josh Alexander! What did I just see?
Boom! There is the veteran presence of Willie Mack, a man that has never been handed anything, almost had his career taken away from him, in fact, by Moose.
And here's Willie Mack being deceptive for his size again, floating around this ring like it's nothing.
Yeah, you look at the whole entire X Division, from the champ all the way down. There's so many different styles, different types of wrestlers. Boom!
And Willie tells you, he gonna hit that chocolate thunder.
Just like that.
Daivari's having none of that.
See, it's about timing, and Daivari has it over everyone in this match. Daivari has the most tenure in our sport.
See, there are times like this, for example, Daivari is probably laying in wait, looking over the apron, waiting for the opportunity to come in and strike.
Now, D'Lo, be remiss, we haven't given the proper respect to Rohit Raju. Can you enlighten us?
Rohit was a guy who was struggling and trying to find his way. He was part of Desi Hit Squad. Members left for various reasons, leaving Rohit here. Then he found his stride and captured the X Division title, finding new confidence, learning how to become a champion, ultimately losing the belt, and now he's got a chance to try to reclaim what he says is rightfully his.
Well, I think Rohit Raju elevated the title when he was champion, and TJP is just taking it to new heights as Suicide shotguns Chris Bay right out of the ring and focuses his attack now on Ace Austin. Ooh!
And here, Suicide is imposing his will in this match. He is trying to lay claim to a spot to become the #1 contender for the X Division title.
Went after the youngest competitor in the match and paid for it. Blake Christian now out of the way from Trey Miguel. Suicide onto the floor. Blake Christian in, waiting for a jumping pump kick. Ducked. Nice. He ducked. Look at Blake. Look at the way he just continues to keep in motion.
I am so impressed by Blake Christian. I can't tell you how gushing I am in gleaming of his talents. Look at him go.
Springboard flatliner in for a cover. Deep two. New star on the rise. Not just yet.
I think Blake showed a little frustration right there. I thought he thought in his mind that was going to be enough to put Trey Miguel away. Obviously, it didn't work.
Blake hangs Trey Miguel on the ropes. Heavy shots.
You can see that Blake has got a plan. He's trying to execute a game plan, and Blake is going up to the proverbial high-risk district. What's he got here? Four flip. No.
Yeah, you were correct to call it high risk because you saw there may have been an injury there, but adrenaline, I've said it before, is a great drug. Trey Miguel, kick, roll through. What does he have in mind here? There, that is. Look, that's like an hourglass submission.
What is that?
Gets the tap out.
Wow, Blake, oh my goodness, Trey.
Here are your winners, Suicide, Willie Mack, Josh Alexander, and Trey Miguel.
The high-flying style, the mat wrestling ability, and now the submission awareness. These are things that go together well. Perhaps we can call it très bien ensemble. With that aside, as you see, all the eyes are on Trey Miguel, who sets the pace.